How would us determine the resident status of body or a company? According to Section 8(1)(a), Hindu joint family is a resident in Malaysia for a year of assessment if the manager of Qatar is resident for that basis year. According to Section 1(a)(1)(b), a company or a body of persons not being Hindu joint family carrying on a business or a businesses is resident in Malaysia for the basis year for a year assessment if at any time during that basis year the management and control of its business or of any of its businesses as the cost may be are exercised in Malaysia. First, carrying on business. Second, management and control. Any one of its business or affairs, minimum one. At any time, minimum 1 point in time. During the basis year are exercised in Malaysia. According to Section 8(1)(c), any other company is a resident in Malaysia for the basis year if at any time during the basis year the management and control of its affairs are exercised in Malaysia by its directors or other controlling authority. The tax implication might be received by the company when it is a resident and a non-resident in Malaysia for relevant year of assessment. For a resident companies are taxed at the rate of 24%. For the non-resident, the rate is different for the different type of income. For the example, for the business income, the rate is 24%. For the rental of movable properties, the rate is 10%. For the interest, the rate is 15%. And for the dividend, there is no rate.
Procedure for income tax and the self-assessment system. Companies are required to furnish estimate of tax, make installment payment, determine tax payable, and file return form C to the Inland Revenue Board, which is IRB. Failure to furnish estimate of tax payable under Section 120 Subsection 1F of the Income Tax Act. Any company which without reasonable excuse fails to submit the estimate of tax payable for a year of assessment shall be guilty of an offence and upon conviction be liable to a fine ranging from 200 to 2,000, face imprisonment for a term not exceeding 6 months or both. Next is penalty under installment scheme. If a company fails to pay the monthly installment on the tax estimate by the stipulated date, a late payment penalty of 10% will be imposed on the balance of tax installment not paid for the month. The last one is failure to furnish an income tax return form. Under Section 112 Subsection 1 of the Income Tax Act, any company which without reasonable excuse fails to submit the income tax return form for a year of assessment shall be guilty of an offence and upon conviction be liable to a fine ranging from 200 to 2,000 or face imprisonment for a term not exceeding 6 months or both.
the company that are residents in Malaysia. In practice, Inland Revenue Board will consider the following factors is ascertaining the company's resident status. The first is place where annual general meeting are held and what transpired during the meeting. Second, the minutes of the board of directors meeting and the decision taken that are relevant in determining the management and control of the company. The third is the company's letterhead. There are tax return forms that used by the company for the submission of income tax. The form of tax return is Form C. There are a statement under Section 77A of the Income Tax Act 1967 and Income Tax Act computation pursuant the subsection 77A subsection 3 of Income Tax Act 1967 and a deemed notice of assessment under subsection 19 subsection 2 of the same Act control of the company. The third is the company's letterhead. There are tax return forms that used by the company for the submission of income tax. The form of tax return is Form C. There are a statement under Section 77A of the Income Tax Act 1967 and Income Tax Act computation pursuant the subsection 77A subsection 3 of Income Tax Act 1967 and a deemed notice of assessment under subsection 19 subsection 2 of the same Act. A hot topic nowadays about the changes of the tax regime. From GST to SST, some argue that a reintroduction of GST would be simpler than ongoing fine-tuning of the SST legislation, which would be time-consuming and will result in an inefficient where the manpower by the authorities and taxpayers. To answer all the speculation spreaded in social media lately, my friend Aziza is ready to answer it. Hello Aziza, are you there?
Hi Sophia, I'm here. It's been our trend for our netizens to speculate their own opinion on the hottest topic in the social media. Today, we are talking about the new tax regime, which is SST. Implementing SST, change into GST, and now SST. SST 1.0 was first introduced in 1970 and it was changed into 6% GST in 2015. It was withdrawn by the Malaysian new government in 2018 on 1 June 2018. Because it was one of their manifesto to eliminate GST to help to reduce the burden of the citizen. This can help in reducing the living cost. The SST 2.0 was started to be implemented on 1st September 2018. SST is made up two separated taxes, 6% taxes and 10% sales tax. now we are moving to the comparison between GST and SST. What the comparison of these two taxes? So I will tell you all about this. First, the GST is value added and multi-stage tax, while SST is imposed at one stage level, which is on the output stage only. The pricing methodology of GST is the price is already included the GST, while the SST, the price is excluded and will be charged on the SST based on the tax rate. The advantage, the rates of GST is fixed, which is 6%, while the SST is 6% for the service tax and 10% for the sales tax. The advantage of using GST is never a cost to business because input tax available upon tax service received, and it is a business friendly, while SST is people friendly and focused on narrow people, while the advantages of GST is wide coverage and comprehensive, while the SST is business cost, and deduction is based on sales and matching principle. Thank you.